Let's go right here. Come on. A lot of mullet in here. Ooh, there he is. Big red. Big red. I see another one right here. Let me. I'm gonna jump down as soon as I feel like I got him under control. I can't tell if he's it's a red. It's a big red. It's a big red on top water. Welcome back to FlatsClass YouTube, everyone. Captain CA here, and today's lesson is not what you think. It's not just about top water fishing. It's actually about the connection between top water fishing and braid. That's right. In fact, as Wayne, my buddy, learned, there are a lot of nuances to braid that can enhance your ability to catch fish. And while I get everything set up here on my desk, I'm going to send you guys back to the boat to see the rest of the action. And I'll see you here in a few minutes. Let's see if I see anything over there down light. Those knots are small enough. You don't have to leave a lot of line outside your line. You can reel it up to a comfortable, number if you want to. That micro braid is so much thinner than what I would call the US standard. So if you're used to using 10-pound braid, which that is, you're used to the US market. That is a made in Japan, an MGI braid. Okay. So that braid is significantly thinner. So when they say it's 10 pounds, it is 10 pounds. It's not 13, it's not 16, because so many of the braids that are made for the US market are overweighted. Okay. So but the advantage to that thinner line is naturally the greater casting distance, especially into the wind. It's less affected by wind than anything I've ever thrown. But the lure has better action, honestly. You'll have, because the line is thinner, it transmits vibration and feel better than a heavier or a thicker line, a thicker diameter line that would kind of dampen that feel. So it gives you that opportunity. It's obviously less visible to the fish, for sure. There's just so many advantages to using those micro braids, and this one is made by Diamond, and it's just been so good for my clientele. I mean, smoking some stuff up. There's been a lot of activity through here with jumping mullet, and I can see the potholes out there in the center, so I'm just trying to walk over as many of them as I can. Down when you can get some serious casting distance. With the wind helping. Yeah. Let's go right here. Come on. A lot of mullet in here. Ooh, there he is. Big red. Big red. I see another one right here. Let me. I'm gonna jump down as soon as I feel like I got him under control. I can't tell if he's a snook. It's a red. It's a big red. It's a big red on top water. The micro braid.
Oh, you get
that. Yeah. This bait caster has actual drag. This guy's a bear. Yeah, I started using these salty hondos, and this is just one of those bait casters that's just designed for saltwater. It's got brass guts in it. It affords me a little bit of drag. 15 pounds actually for such a small. I'm gonna follow this guy around, make sure he doesn't get me. Boy, that's a good healthy red there.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he smashed it. I saw one, I was looking down, I was like, oh, that's a redfish, and then one hit me. Yeah, he absolutely, that was insane how he hit that thing. I mean, he hit it like a snook. I thought it was a snook that ate it. Look at the size of that fish.
You want to net him, or?
I have mashed down barbs.
Oh, good.
So that's why I'm keeping so much tension on this. I don't really fish any plugs with barbs anymore. Yeah. So it's easy to control them that way. All right, nice. This is going to be impressive. And that was on the sheep hut. Yeah. Trust me, I do not like getting stuck myself.
No way.
Ask me how I know. See how easy that comes out? It comes out.
I started doing that after I saw you promoting that.
Yeah.
Because I've had too many instances where I've been sitting there, haven't even started fishing, and something happened, and all of a sudden I'm just sitting there looking at it like, okay.
Look at the size of that thing.
Nice.
I'll bet that's a perfect 27-inch fish, maybe 28. Solid too, boy. I might give you my phone, get a quick pick, and then we'll release them.
Absolutely.
All right, no worse for wear. Yeah, I never use inline hooks anymore, because since you just put down those barbs and you don't miss fish anymore. That's a good fish. All right, that was easy peasy. Top water.
An incredible morning of topwater action with Wayne, for sure. But we did move on to fish some soft plastics like 5-inch jerk shads, 3-inch paddle tails, all the way down to 2-inch Ned rigs that day. But the one common denominator that made the biggest impact was the fact that we were using this micro braid. Now, as I said on the boat, micro braid has some certain advantages over the standard diameter braids that you've become accustomed to here in the US and fishing. Number one, or the most obvious, as you could see, is casting distance. This stuff casts like a dream. I'm talking adding 10, 15% to your overall casting distance. That's a lot. And in certain scenarios, when you're search bait fishing, that could be the difference of catching fish and not catching fish. 2, I would have to say, is there's some level of invisibility to this type of braid. And you're like, what? Well, this is the overcast gray. When you're using diameters, this is a made in Japan braid. So it's built differently than your US braids. So this diameter is so thin that it's hard for the fish to detect this braid. Yes, of course, it still throws a silhouette, but the silhouette is so much smaller. And you'll notice when you're feeling with your thumbnail and your index finger going down standard braid, there's a sound associated with that. Not with this braid at all. So you don't have that sonic vibration in the water. Also, when you're using thinner diameter braids, you have more lure action. So not only does the bait work naturally easier, it actually is not weighted down even when it's just sitting kind of still. And a lot of that Elastec will allow the bait to kind of move around and have its own lifelike action when you're not imparting any action at all. So you've got better lure action. You've got, no sonic sound. You've got casting distance. You know what the number one thing is? Feel, sensitivity. In fact, when you're using a thinner braid, such as this one from Diamond, you'll feel, or you'll have the transfer or transmission of more vibration between the lure and the tip of the rod and into your hand. And you're like, I don't get that. The thinner the diameter, the better that vibration is transferred back to the angler, which means you not only feel the bottom, a lot better and can almost tell the difference on what you're fishing on top of, but you're also going to detect the lightest bites. I mean, the lightest tap. You can almost feel them breathing on it. So if you're looking for an advantage, a factor that could really change your everyday fishing, whether it be topwater like today or Ned rig fishing, give this stuff a shot. Diamond's Apex Micro Braid. I promise you won't be disappointed. All right, that's all I've got for you today. If you liked what you saw here and what you learned, give us that thumbs up, smash that subscription button. I want you guys here in my virtual classroom each and every day. And, well, I'll see you tomorrow.